ZAZ with TNR Reacts. T is out and about, and today we are continuing on with our reactions to some funny films by the ZAZ Brothers, better known as David and Jerry Zucker and Jim Abrams. These three guys, when they all served as directors on their films that they produced and done, the stuff is just absolutely hilarious. Now, we earlier did Airplane, and now we're going to take a look at the Police Squad TV shows. There's only 6 of them, as well as the Naked Gun films, the 3 franchises films that came from the files of Police Squad, and those 3 films in themselves became absolutely successful as well. It's all because of Leslie Nielsen, a guy who played heavies in the 70s and 60s, and he went on to do comedy with these guys, and he continued to do so until his death. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels. They are listed below, as well as make sure you subscribe and give us some likes. We need the likes, all right? All right, let's take a look at the files of Police Squad in color.
Police Squad in color.
No previous felony record, parole last month after serving 7 years. Well, according to this, Frank, he was a model prisoner.
Motorman fit.
Well, it's as good a place as any to start.
I'm packing up a few things for charity. May I take your coat, Captain?
Thank you.
I suppose this has something to do with Eddie?
I'm afraid so.
It's about the courthouse bombing, isn't it? Well, it's in all the papers. Oh, let me take that.
Oh, thank you.
Have you seen or heard it?
I got to stop it right there. Now, these are from the television series Police Squad, which came out in 1980. They're on ABC. Only 6 episodes were ever done, and that is because the ratings just went down the tank. They were way ahead of their time. Now, this same stuff was done today. It'd probably do a lot better, but people just didn't understand the Zucker's form of humor. You notice Alan North in there. He played Leslie Nielsen's detective sergeant senior guy there, and George Kennedy replaced him in the films because Alan wasn't available. And of course, you know, there's a lot of talk who was the better partner for Leslie Nielsen, Alan North or George Kennedy, and you know, you got to make up your own mind on that. Again, the slapstick behind the scenes humor, you know, when I say behind the scenes, stuff going on in the background, you got to pay attention to it all, or you're just going to get totally lost. And that's just their style that these guys did.
Yeah?
Mimi du jour?
Yeah.
I'm Lieutenant Drebin. This is Captain Hawken, Police Squad.
Is this some kind of bust?
Yes, it's very impressive, but we'd just like to ask a few questions.
I'm going to pause it right there. Again, is this some kind of bust or what? They use that gag in almost every one of the Police Squad and Naked Gun films as well. I mean, used it twice in Police Squad, and in the films they continue with that. Why they found that so funny? I mean, the first 1 or 2 times, okay, it's hilarious, but you know, they continue with it. You know, is this some kind of bust or what? It's very impressive, but that's not why we're here. Yeah, okay. All right, take it out.
All right, Eddie, let's go over it again. Where were you last night?
I told you a dozen times I was at the movies.
I've got the sandwiches here. All right, Eddie, you went to the movies. Now, what did you see?
I told you, I don't remember.
Who had the egg salad? I don't remember. Somebody ordered it.
You can't expect us to buy that.
But I already paid for it.
Why don't you give a guy a break?
Thanks a lot.
What's the charge, huh?
$4.58. What are you trying to do, insult us? Okay, $3.50. Coffee's on me.
I told you, I went to the movies. I fell asleep. I don't remember.
You don't expect us to swallow that.
All right, I'll eat it. I don't think it's fair that I should have to pay for it. All right, Eddie. Let's say you did go to the movies.
Okay.
You
did go to the movies.
Then let's say that you were nowhere near the Club Flamingo.
All right.
You
were nowhere near the Club Flamingo.
Then explain this to me.
Well, you take this little cardboard stick out with sulfur on the end, and you rub it on the edges, and it makes fire.
Don't play dumb with me, Eddie. You spent a lot of time at the Club Flamingo.
Oh, God. This interrogation scene is probably one of the funniest little gags in the entire Police Squad series, and there's so much to explain here. Again, the sight gags are pretty obvious, but the guy in the background who played Norberg, of course, in the films, he was replaced by you know who, and But he, if you remember him from the Mission Impossible series, well, again, Peter Graves played the pilot in Airplane, and of course they brought on Norberg. Again, this was done by Paramount, and Paramount, of course, did a lot of the Mission Impossible stuff later on, before, after Desilu got out of it during the first couple seasons. So they were able to get these contract players, and the guy in the background, you remember him from Mission Impossible, right? Yeah, of course you do. Let's get back in.
With me, Eddie. You spent a lot of time at the club, Flamingo.
Yeah, well, so did a lot of guys. It was a popular club.
Captain, can you take a phone call?
Not now, Al.
Why don't you come clean? Make it easy on yourself. Tell us the truth.
Well, I ain't talking. You got nothing.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there quickly. Al, he again was very famous for a lot of sight gags. They also used him in the Naked Gun films as well. This big, tall, 7-foot guy, and the camera never ever showed his head, and they showed him from about where you saw it there, from about his shoulders down, and he always came around doing some of the sight gags.
You'll be leaving soon for the state-built prison.
Okay, boys. Run her in.
Again, the Zucker brothers always played off of these silly little things that you always talk about in everyday life, like run her in and bring in the tow truck. They got one shot there where they have this big tow truck, and you're going to see also too the Booker and Take Her Away. They just love playing off everyday phrases and making fun of it.
Yeah. Well, the explosive itself is a very fine powder.
It tastes like...
That would be fertilizer, Frank. It's for another case. This is what I'm talking about. We detected a high quantity of nitroglycerin.
Can you tell us where it came from?
I'd be glad to. Billions of years ago, the Earth was a molten mass.
Ted, I'm talking about the powder.
Oh, we haven't got a clue about that, Ed. Here, let me take that urine specimen from you, Frank. However, we found a detailed list of the bomber's plans at the scene. On a hunch,
Oh, God. This stuff is good. Again, this is me personally. I don't think George Kennedy did as good as Alan North playing the partner, but again, they couldn't get Alan for the film series. Now, this particular clip here is from the Naked Gun film, from the files of Police Squad. The CSI guy, he is from the TV series, and again, they got some of the little pedophile stuff scenes that he uses in this series as well. Is more prominent in the TV series, but it's just funny stuff.
Bingo.
I don't know. My memory ain't so great.
Oh, yeah? Maybe this will refresh your memory.
I don't know. It's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Why do you want to know?
I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe this will help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you still don't think so?
All right, his name is Nordberg. He's a cop.
He was no cop. He was dealing H.
What?
I'm telling you, he was dirty.
Oh, you sniveling scum. I ought to run you in right now.
All right. He worked at Ludwig Shipping. He tried to push something on one of my boys. I swear it. So what are you going to do about it, copper?
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this will help.
I still don't think I should tell you.
Can you spot me at 20? How about now?
All right, I'm going down to Ludwig's office. I'll find out if you're telling the truth. Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
What's the kind of cool about that particular shot right there? You get a sense of Leslie's deep voice and the way he's, when he was known as a heavy and a dramatic actor, that came through in that particular shot there when he's roughing up that guy. But the money exchange thing, that's just hilarious. They use that gag several times in their films, and they also use it with the shoe shine guy too that is in the film.
Let me help you with that.
I've heard police work is dangerous.
It is. That's why I carry a big gun.
Aren't you afraid it might go off accidentally?
I used to have that problem.
What did you do about it?
I just think about baseball. It's true what they say. Cops and women don't mix. It's like eating a spoonful of Drano. Sure, it'll clean you out, but it'll leave you hollow inside. Here, you can take this back.
Whose is that?
Doesn't matter.
It's funny stuff. Priscilla Presley, again, is not known as being a comedic actor, or actress, I should say. And again, they used her in the first and second films of the Naked Gun films, and she did really well and pulled off, playing the role excellent, in my opinion.
Which, Frank, it's just unfair. I know, Ed. Life isn't always fair. Just think the next time I shoot someone, I could be arrested. Hey, look at that. The missing evidence in the Kellner case. My God, he was innocent. He went to the chair 2 years ago, Frank.
Captain Frank Drebin. I understand you had a pretty rough time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Cigarette?
Yes, I know.
Well.
Please go away. Please go away. I don't want to answer any more of your questions.
Okay, we did a little switch back there. Again, you see George Kennedy playing his partner, and now we're back to Alan North playing his partner. Make up your own mind of what you think is, who's better of the two. Again, I kind of lean towards Alan, but, George did okay as well.
Please go away. Please go away. I don't want to answer any more of your questions.
We're sorry to bother you at a time like this, Mrs. Twice. We would have come earlier, but your husband wasn't dead then.
These funny lines, your husband wasn't dead. You notice the Leaning Tower of Pisa in the background there in that one shot? That was hilarious. They did a lot of this behind-the-scenes sight gags, even in the films as well as the TV series. In Airplane, they did it too. They always change the background to fit what they're doing. They had cowboys chasing Indians. They're just playing off of the thing about what, background scenes, how phony they really are. And they overemphasize a lot of that in their stuff here. And they did it here as well with that Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's, the cigarette thing. Cigarettes? Yes, I know. And then there too, we would have come earlier, but your husband wasn't dead yet. It's funny stuff.
Take her away and book her. Sergeant, take her away. Sergeant Booker. See the girl over there? When she leaves, put a tail on her. It took me 2 weeks to find Stella's apartment. She had neglected to give me your address.
Again, that's good stuff there. Yeah, the sight gags. That's what these Zucker brothers are known for. Everything's got funny sight gags. They just play off of... you're trying to do a serious, detective show, and this is what you get.
2 weeks to find Stella's apartment. She had neglected to give me your address, but I had a feeling she'd still be waiting for me.
You're right on time, Lamekins. Make yourself a drink, baby.
No, thanks, Etch.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith, and I'm a Johnny, what do you know about illegal narcotics?
The city's been bone dry because of the unstable political situation in the drug-producing countries of Latin America.
I understand there's going to be a drop tonight. Do you know where?
Word on the street has it the action's happening at Mr. V's.
Thanks, Johnny.
Johnny, some kids on the show yesterday mentioned a new kind of music, ska. You know anything about it?
How should I know? Nothing but a modern offshoot of reggae. Updated white rock influences. Definitely upbeat. It'll never become really popular because even though they've made the backbeat more conventional, it's still too exotic for mass acceptance.
Johnny, I need some more of that secret formula youth cream. Thanks, John.
Oh my God, I got it. These scenes here are absolutely, again, funnier than crap than ZAZ Brothers. They're way ahead of their time on these sight gags. Johnny was very popular as the guy who's the snitch, and you slipped him a few bucks, and he would always come up with some very just answers that you would never think of. The other thing too is every time that Drebin got his information, they'd have a guest star, especially on the Police Squad TV shows, kind of make an appearance as they did here. Here we see Dick Clark, and he was always made fun of. He never seemed to age, and so they did the thing with the youth cream, and they had no problem like getting these popular guest quick cameos with Johnny. They had baseball legends on there sitting in this shoeshine chair, and they had priests. It's just funny stuff. Again, what would you have without the stuff and the shoeshine guy?
So, Billy, when the moisture in the air comes in contact with the cold pitcher, it forms water droplets, what we call condensation. Just like on your mother when she gets out of the shower, glistening with tiny little beads of... Oh, hi, Frank. That'll be all for today, Billy. Next week, we'll look into some interesting experiments we can do with discarded swimwear.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Olson. Bye.
Again, there's the pedophile shots of the CSI guy. In the Police Squad TV series, they always did this, and in films I think they played with it a little bit as well. But some people found that kind of offensive. Again, it's a joke, and I understand the seriousness of pedophiles, but they kind of played this a little bit, and you never seen anything really go on through it other than the joke, But they had fun with it. What can I say?
Get me Pete Prusing at Homicide. Tell him I want to meet him and a few of his men down at the Acme Credit Union.
Right away, sir.
Day after the double killing and theft.
How do you know that?
Went through his files. Sally was seeing Zavatsky. 6 years, maybe 7. 8 times a year. Always in arrears, and suddenly 24 hours after the killing, she's paid up in full.
Well, it looks like she's in this thing up to a pretty little ears. Was the dentist cooperative?
Yeah, he gave us plenty of...
Oh, God. Okay, a little bit about the elevator scenes. They use that gag a lot in their films as well as the TV series. In fact, in the TV series, every episode they had an elevator gag where, the door opens up and something weird goes on in the background. They go to a convention. In this particular shot, a lady dives into a pool. It was absolutely hilarious. What can you say? You have to really enjoy it to understand it.
Sally Dicker, this is the police. You are surrounded. Throw down your gun and surrender. You do not have a chance.
Okay, that is my wrap for the Piles of Police Squad. That particular shot there, they're less than 3 feet apart, and they do the microphone, the megaphone, I should say, and they're shooting each other, and they're missing each other from close range. What can I say? What can you say? It's just great stuff. Only 6 episodes of Police Squad was ever made, and they have become collector's edition classics. And of course, then the Naked Gun films, 3 of those are made, and Leslie starred in all of them, and he was just absolutely funny. Funny as all get out. Make sure that you do subscribe to our channel. Make sure you give us some likes, and make sure that you visit our store, our caps, our t-shirts, our coffee cups. They're on sale there. All the purchases from that store help support our channel. And make sure that you stay tuned to our 3rd reaction that we're going to do on the ZAZ Brothers films. That will be top secret. Until then, we will see you on the other side. Take care.